Today we fly to the high desert to visit an airport for our first air show here. Unfortunately, it is not without some confusion. And we gotta go west, and then we gotta go south, so we'll see.
Yeah, it sounds really confusing.
After finally getting into the viewing area, we get some delicious tacos. Then we try to find our way back to Hannah, which thanks to the locals there, went much smoother. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. To finish the day enjoying some warbirds, aerobatics, and Irene's favorite Meg. All under the high wing of some new friends. This next airport has a lot of personal history, mostly because it was the fourth and new airport we went to with Hannah, and one that we would definitely go to frequently with friends for lunch runs. Unfortunately, the cafe that I had a lot of fond memories at is no longer there, but more on that later. So if we're not going for food, then what are we going for? Well, there is an annual air show that we are finally going to attend after all these years, but it wouldn't be as easy as we thought, and you'll definitely get a full breakdown of exactly what I'm talking about once we park. Nonetheless, it would turn out to be a very special day because of all the people that we would meet. And funny enough, this air show would become one of our favorite air shows that we've attended for that exact reason. But like I said, it wouldn't be without a lot of confusion. And after finding parking, Irene would happen to meet our first new friend of the day, but he definitely wouldn't be the last. Then we would head to the official viewing area of the air show to grab some food and get a glimpse of the work on the renovated terminal and finish it all off with sights and sounds of some amazing pilots putting on a spectacular show, all as we visit Apple Valley Airport for the annual Apple Valley Airshow.
For flight 1215, contact SoCal approach on 134.2.
342, good day, 1215.
Today we'll be heading out VFR heading east to climb to at least 2,700 to get above the Riverside Delta before calling SoCal departure to ask for flight following. And I'm sure you guys know that as of this recording, there is a government shutdown happening, and that means our controllers are not getting paid. During this flight, we heard the controller tell another pilot that flight following was not available in his sector because there were only 3 controllers handling multiple sectors. It's been an extremely rough time, so make sure to be patient, let them know how much you appreciate them, and be prepared for an unable for flight following, which I know many of us use to get into certain Charlie airspaces. But now continuing our route, eventually we would get to the high desert, transfer to Joshua Approach, and then we'd make left traffic for runway 18 on a beautiful, calm wind day. At least for our arrival. Departure would be much different. Now, of course, a little history. Apple Valley actually didn't start with the airport you see today. The first airport here was built back in the late 1940s, a simple field with dirt and paved strips just north of Highway 18. It was built by Newton T. Bass, the same developer behind the Apple Valley Inn, and it really helped shape the community that was forming out here. And here's the cool part. Apple Valley had airline service. In the late 1950s into the 1960s, DC-3s and Fairchild F-27s were flying passengers in and out of the desert valley. After the modern airport opened in 1970, the airlines continued for a few years, connecting Apple Valley to places like Las Vegas, Riverside, Ontario, and Los Angeles. Later, commuter airlines flew Swearingen Metros, I think that's how you say it, out of here, desert to desert and desert to LA hops.
Apple Valley traffic, Aero 193 Manor Hotel, 10 miles southwest inbound for left traffic, 18 Apple Valley.
Apple Valley Airport is untowered with 2 runways, 0826 at 4,100 feet and runway 1836 at almost 6,500 feet with an airport elevation of 3,062 feet. Make note that there is not a dedicated weather ASOS or AWOS frequency, but instead you click the microphone button 3 times for advisories/weather and 4 clicks for radio check. Now, I had to figure out what it meant in the chart supplement when 3 clicks was for ADZY or ADZY. Apparently, ADZY is the abbreviation for advisory. I didn't know that. I learned that today. For my non-pilot friends, a chart supplement is a document provided by the FAA that has airport information and probably some of the worst abbreviations you'll ever see. I think sometimes I spend more time trying to decipher the words than I do reading the actual entry. If you want an example, Google Apple Valley Chart Supplement and look at the remarks section and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Metro traffic, Cessna 446, Charlie, turning final 18.
Now let's talk weather. Apple Valley sits in the high desert, and the weather here is all about big temperature swings and clear skies. Summers get hot, we're talking mid-90s to low hundreds during the day, but nights cool off pretty fast because of the desert air. Winters are cool and crisp, with daytime highs usually in the 50s and 60s. Nights can dip down close to freezing. Rain is pretty rare. When it does show up, it's usually in the winter, and most of the year is dry, sunny, and clear, which is why the skies out here are so wide and blue.
Apple Valley traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel, 4 miles south, inbound for left traffic, 18, Apple Valley.
If you want the most comfortable flying or exploring weather, spring and fall are ideal. Warm days, cooler evenings, and not much wind. But yes, now the not so fun part. The winds can pick up at any time. We've been here with the winds down the runway of 18 at 30 knots. We almost felt like a helicopter coming in for landing, but that is just the high desert, so make sure to do your weather brief. Now, as far as instrument approaches, today you saw that to the east there was a cloud layer as far as the eye can see. So if you do want to fly in here on those rare cloudy days, there is one instrument approach, the RNAV GPS runway 18, which does contain an LPV, or lateral plus vertical navigation, for aircrafts with WAS, which provides minimums down to 600 feet above ground level. If for whatever reason that's not low enough for you, don't forget about Victorville Airport about 10 miles to the west that has approaches down to 200 feet AGL, a great alternative.
Apple Valley traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel, entering a left downwind, 18, Apple Valley.
Live traffic, Skyhawk 303 Romeo Hotel. We're going to be overflying the field at 8,500 if there's anyone doing parachute jumping in that area.
There are some things to note about the airspace. First, right over the airport is a jump zone for parachuters that goes up to 15,000 feet. Now, we've never personally seen parachuters, but we're definitely not here often enough to be the authorities on that matter. So if you're local and you see the occasional skydiver, please let us know. That is just to say that it's probably a good idea to keep an ear out for them. I mentioned earlier, but only about 4 miles to the west is the Victorville Delta, which goes to 5,400 feet. Besides those two, it's pretty sparse, unless you go 20 miles north, which is usually the active restricted zone R2515, which is pretty much Edwards Air Force Base airspace.
Apple Valley traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel, turning left base, 18, Apple Valley. Apple Valley Traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel, entering final for 18 Apple Valley.
There is an FBO/flight school on the field which we will be using today for parking called Midfield Aviation. And even though this would be only our first time here, they were extremely nice and helpful. We even have friends who actually received PPL training with them and they had nothing but excellent things to say. So if you live in the high desert and want to learn how to fly, look them up.
Transient Parking is at Midfield.
Roger, thank you for that.
So there is plenty of transient parking here, but since we're coming in for the air show, it's completely taken over by the static displays. Where we're parking today is not the typical parking area. Today is specifically for the air show. As far as traffic, it's usually general aviation, but that is even more a reason to stay vigilant because this area is not in a mode C veil, meaning that transponders are not required. So make sure you are on the right frequency and keep your eyes outside. Of course, there's also self-serve fuel available, which includes 2 pumps. Again, we'll show you in detail on our way back to Hannah from the static displays area. As far as the cafe, there used to be one here over a year ago, but the owner decided to retire, so it closed down. The good news is that the airport is in the works of getting a new restaurant here very, very soon. Matter of fact, the renovations that have been done on the terminal include the restaurant. We'll actually show you and discuss it a little more into detail once we go into the exhibit area. And as far as restrooms, we read on ForeFlight that all the restrooms are now open in the terminal, which again, the terminal is the same building that houses the restaurant.
Oh, it says Midfield. Literally says Midfield.
And as far as transportation, rideshare is probably your best bet because we don't see courtesy cars anywhere. But if you're just coming here to visit, most likely you're probably going to want to wait until the restaurant opens so you actually have something to do when you arrive, unless you're coming in for the air show. All right, so now that we made it, let's go find out how to actually get into the main area for the air show.
So we are here today at Apple Valley for a very special reason.
Mm-hmm.
We've never been here for this reason.
No.
What's the reason?
There's an air show today.
There is an air show. And the reason why we've never been here for this air show is because we've always been up north for Fleet Week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and that's the only reason. So this same weekend is Fleet Week in San Francisco. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Apple Valley Airshow. So this is our first time. So pretty much, if you've never been here, you're going to kind of see how lost we got. Well, first of all, you saw how lost we got just finding parking. And part of it is there wasn't much information online. But what they did say is that parking is limited. And probably can confirm that because it's this. We had this parking, maybe one over there and maybe one over here. So yeah, so just keep that in mind. But they did say get here before 8. We got here around 8:30 because the TFR doesn't start till
9:30.
9:30, right? So, well, we're kind of excited to see what there is here. Like I said, we've never been here. We already know you already made a new friend who apparently has been in our videos.
This is true.
Or his plane's been in our videos, right?
Yes.
And so his name is Dave. Hey, Dave. We're actually going to spend probably a good portion of the day with him because he came in a high wing. And that is the only thing I'm ever jealous of a high wing is it's nice shade. And it's going to be, I mean, it's already kind of hot.
It is, yeah.
So, that was pretty exciting,
Mm-hmm.
you know. What did he tell you when he first met you?
He said, oh, I like your YouTube videos. And he says, I've actually been in a couple of them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that's cool. I mean, that's been happening more often, but it's always cool to meet people. And we're actually going to meet his friend too later on today. But yeah, so one of the first things I wanted to show you was where to park. Again, we finally figured that out. And we're actually going to walk to the main exhibit, static displays, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you wanted to see particularly?
No, but I did see on the Facebook. Maybe I shouldn't say no. Yes.
No, I don't see. But yes, I do want to see this.
I want to say it's one of the original Blue Angels T-33. I think that's what it is.
Ah, that's right.
And so I didn't see it coming in.
Right.
I did see it on their Facebook that it flew in earlier this week.
Oh.
So I'll be looking for that.
Okay. Did they have a Corsair?
You know what? I think they did because the wings were folded up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's probably why I didn't really pay attention to it because the wings were folded up.
Yeah. All right. So, she loves her Corsair. So we're going to go see that. But then beyond that, we don't really know what we're going to see. So it'll be a big surprise to all of us. But the people here at the parking area, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
You went to go use the restroom here.
I did. So if you are parked here and you're looking for a restroom, they have it right in that main hangar building.
Yeah.
Super friendly. Everything's nice and clean. And so, yeah, it's a good place if you're looking for something before you head into the show.
Right. And then the major thing, they'll tell you like, oh, parking's Midfield. And you're just like, okay, where's Midfield? There's a big building that has a sign that literally says Midfield.
It's painted on the building.
In like probably 10 feet high letters.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. So we just didn't know what we were looking for. But there is a gentleman actually standing out there looking for planes coming in, probably listening for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we knew because he got on the radio and was like, transient parking is Midfield. But it's getting pretty full in here. Again, there's not a lot of parking. But, we've been to air shows and surprisingly, not a lot of pilots fly in, right? We've been to Camarillo, not a lot. Probably the most has been Santa Maria's. There was quite a bit there. But today, there's not that many, which surprises me. It surprises both. Like Camarillo is a huge one. It's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
You get in, they have a ton of parking. I think the first time we went, I thought it was just going to be like tons and tons of planes, and it was like 10 planes, So you guys go fly to these air shows because it's awesome. Camarillo, unfortunately, you can't stay by your plane.
No.
But here, you can. So you're away from the crowds. Yuma, we did that.
That's
away
right.
From the crowds. We just got our chairs, got under the wing, and then watched planes for the rest of the day. So that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
Get new friends.
Yes.
And apparently we don't have to worry about food because they were like, we got food. I was like, oh, okay. But we will go inside to at least show you guys what this air show is like. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, we're going to go walk to the front, pay admissions, probably get some food so we can bring it back, and then watch the show. So let's go walk. We're walking, somebody said, hey, Roger, Irene. And it was Justin, and we met him at Cable Airshow.
Justin and Debbie.
Justin and Debbie. Met him at Justin at the Cable Airshow. And funny, we're meeting them again at another air show. So that's the first thing. But we did want to mention, there is a lot of confusion here today from getting from transient parking to the actual static display. We were told we couldn't go straight through the K-rails and this and that. We're gonna try to find out how we're gonna get to the other side, and even more importantly, how we're gonna get back, because it's a little confusing, and we were told that it seems a little bit more disorganized this year. Parking is in a different area. It used to be at the fuel pit, it sounds like, right? And today it is not the case. Today it's the flight school / FBO.
Right, Midfield.
Midfield
Aviation.
Right. So we're trying to see what we can find, or how we're gonna find our way. They say go towards where we're heading right now, and we gotta go west, and then we gotta go south. So we'll see.
Yeah, it sounds really confusing.
Sounds really confusing.
And it seems like there are San Bernardino County, I guess they would be employees,
yeah,
that are monitoring each of the taxiways and making sure that people aren't actually making their way like over the K-rails or any of the fencing. So there really isn't a way to work your way around. There's not a direct path.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to figure out, how to get there.
Yeah, because I don't know if they're telling us that we got to go on the street and then down and then over.
I have no idea because we're not familiar with the area.
We're not familiar, and so this is very, very confusing. So we're going to go find out. Hopefully give you guys some answers. And again, the most important thing is we just got to find our way back, because we don't want to necessarily stay over there, but we do want to go just see real quick, get some food or something like that, and then come back. So let's go find out. Fingers crossed. It's much easier from this point on. Let's go find out. We got lucky, so we walked south just north of the fuel pit, and luckily there were some really nice local pilots here that they let us out through the, I guess, a gate right there, right? The
There's not a
gate.
pedestrian gate.
There's not a pedestrian gate. So we were guided in a direction that there's no way to actually get out unless you have a key card. And we're walking towards the main gate right now, and we're gonna get inside, and then the biggest thing is hopefully we can get back outside so we can get back to the plane. So hopefully next year it's better, but for this year it's kind of a mess. We'll find out. We're gonna go through this gate, and then I don't know, see if we can get in. Wish us luck.
Yes.
All right. So we just got some food, and they had tacos. It made it really easy. You just get your tacos, and then you put whatever you want on them. And it wasn't that bad. It was like $3 a taco.
Yeah.
All right, time to eat. So we're here, behind us is the terminal, and this is where the restaurant is located. So behind us on this side right here, looks like they are working on a new restaurant, right? Because they have heaters.
Right.
That's new glass? I can't remember.
Yeah, it looks like
It looks
new
like
glass.
new glass. And so it looks like Apple Valley might be getting a restaurant here in the near future. That's honestly one of the reasons why we hadn't come, because there's really nothing else to do. There might be crew cars at the FBO, I don't know, but this is why a lot of people came to this airport, was the restaurant.
Yeah.
And when the owner closed the restaurant, and it was because nobody wanted to take it over, it kind of, I mean, there was one of the reasons why we come for, right?
Yeah.
And we wouldn't show you guys anything except where parking was. And then we just reverting back to where Transient Parking, which is not a bad thing.
It's not.
Because you guys, I know, want to see at least what the airport looks like. In a couple of months, there will be a restaurant here, and I think everybody's excited for that.
Yeah.
Because that's one of our favorite things, to be able to eat at an airport without having to leave it, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
we'll see what kind it is. We still don't know what kind it's going to be, but I know that the terminal itself has had renovations for a while. From the last time we came, which was over a year ago.
Yeah.
Those should be done by now. So we'll wait in a couple months and see what's here. So we just wanted to give you guys an update on that. But we're gonna keep walking the air show, and then we're gonna try to head back. But let's go see what the rest of the air show looks like. So we just left the main exhibit, static display area of the air show. There's quite a bit of people.
There are a lot of people.
Yeah, and they had not only the air show, but the what do you call it? The cars displays.
They did. They had a lot
hot
of classic
rods,
cars.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. So not really a car guy. So to me, I was like, yeah, it's fine.
But if you like it, if you like cars, there's some really nice ones out there.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they really are. But yeah, we're gonna head back, and we're trying to see how we're gonna do this, because I do see an opening of by the fuel pit, which is where we were kind of told to go. But at the same time, I think everybody was like, oh, that's what it is. Don't go on the other side of that. Don't go over the K-rail. Stay on this side.
Right.
Okay. So I think we might be able to find a way to get back. Right now, the microjet's out.
Which,
Anything with jet's pretty cool.
if you've never seen it, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. But really quick, back to the inside. They have a lot of food.
They do.
A ton of food.
They do.
There's
lot of vendors.
A lot of vendors. You just bring in your chairs, and you just pretty much sit wherever you want.
You do, yeah.
You know.
They do have an area with grandstands.
Right.
And then they have another area that's just flat and open where everyone was setting up their chairs, and that's where most people were going to watch the air show from.
Right. Yeah. So if you guys have a weekend, this is pretty cool, but we like it where it's more quieter. So I'm gonna go meet up with our friends Dave and Ben, and just watch the rest of the show under their high wing. All right, so you ready to head back?
Yes.
All right, let's see how this goes. I think I see someone over there walking. I don't know, we'll find out. Let's go. Oh, fuel. The one thing we did want to show you guys is the fuel pits. And this is what they look like. So they have Jet A, and that's the first pumps, and the second pumps are the 100 load lead pumps. And you pretty much just pay right here, like you guys have seen multiple times already. And it looks like it's only $5.25 here. And let's go check out one of the pumps. So here's your ground right here. And your pumps are right here. And here on top are the switches. Light on the top and the pump on the bottom. So just make sure you use those when you come here and you'll be all set. And that's all there is to it. So we made it past somewhere.
Past the K-rail.
Past the K-rail, but we did not go through the K-rail.
That's right.
Yeah, we found a way to get through. Honestly, if it was just because of very nice people that are hangared right adjacent to the fuel island that we were able to get through. Otherwise, we'd have to go back out onto the street, walk it all the way to Midfield Aviation, and then go in that way. But luckily, it seems like there are some really, really nice people at this airport, and obviously we already know one with Justin and Debbie. And yeah, so we're really lucky that way. It just, there seems to be a big disconnect between what the county's doing for the show and what the airport is like, I don't know, structure. I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like the county doesn't know how the airport is arranged or something, right?
Yeah.
It feels kind of weird. So everybody's been frustrated trying to get from Transient all the way to the other side. Ooh, it's just coming low. Yeah, jets. But it's okay. We made it through, and now we're gonna go back to Hannah. So yeah, so when you come, I guess the moral of the story is when you fly in here, just be prepared for it to be a little bit of a pain, unless they figure it out a little later. Again, there was very little information online. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like it's not meant for you to fly into.
That's what it feels like.
Kind of feels that way. But we were gonna do it one way or the other. And so we made it there, we made it back, even though it was a little bit of a struggle, but it's okay. We're gonna relax the rest of the day, watch some planes, and then fly out a little later. So let's go do that now. we're wrapping up here today at Apple Valley for the Apple Valley Airshow, which was awesome. Of course, the jets were spectacular. Oh, that MiG
was so cool. I think it's like my favorite at every single air show.
That guy is awesome. And we were rating, we were like, who's gonna wave at us? Because we were right on, essentially like them taxiing.
Yeah.
And he was so cool. He waved twice and then like revved up his engine a little bit. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome. But then this, and I think he is the gentleman that's behind us with the extra.
Oh, really?
I think I saw an extra over there somewhere right now. But the extra was, oh man, that guy is so good.
Yeah.
He just, every time I see them doing that, like that front flip thing, that thing is crazy.
It makes me want to do aerobatic.
I know. But I'm like, I'd probably pass out. Like, and you don't want to pass out doing that. But sorry, I think I got ahead of myself. All right, so let's talk about getting here. It was a little difficult.
It was difficult because we didn't have a lot of information.
Right. So that's the only thing we want to start with is warning you that there's not a lot of information. Apparently, everything changed this year. You used to be able to park in the fuel pit area. You cannot park there. We couldn't park there this year. It's only at the FBO, and the parking was kind of tight. So we had to push Hannah back so we can let other people out. So it was kind of all over. And then people were getting guided into places that weren't really going to let them out.
Yeah.
But again, I think we mentioned this before. People here are exceptionally kind.
Yes.
And they made sure that we were taken care of. If we need to get out a gate or if we need to get back in, it's just kind of like the aviation community up here.
Yeah.
You know. And so that was really cool. And I guess we can talk about everybody that we got to see today. So first, we met Ben and Dave. And really, you had met Dave first, and then we actually didn't get to meet Ben until we actually came back.
Right.
But they made the experience so awesome because we got to sit under their high wing. I was joking. I was like, I think I put a post up right now. I was like, we got to meet some high wing friends, strictly for the shade.
We don't mean that. We really liked you guys.
Yeah, seriously, we had so much fun just talking to them and watching all the planes. It was a lot of fun. So thank you so much, Dave and Ben, for making that part of this just so much fun. It was really cool, and we're looking forward to next year. You guys will be here. It seems like you guys are here almost every year. So we intend to be here, unless for some reason we're up north, for multiple reasons, not just Fleet Week, but we go visit our family and we kind of do a couple of things. So that was really cool to meet them. Next, we got to re-see Justin and Debbie. And if you want to talk about some incredibly nice people, they are so nice.
Yeah, and their plane is really nice.
It's really nice. And it's so cool to hear how much they're enjoying flying. But I think what I really respected from Justin was that he knows his personal limits.
Yes.
He's not pushing it. And I think that's so important because as pilots get more and more hours, and then, you know, the experience can make some pilots essentially kind of cocky, like, oh yeah, you're fine, you can just, your plane is fine. It's like, I never bought into that because I have my limits, and I really do respect people who they're not influenced into doing something that they're not comfortable with. And so because of that, again, Justin, you're doing awesome, and you're part of around a great community, and thank you for letting us be a little bit part of that. Also, we actually met Justin's dad, Don, and Justin's great friend, Dave. So, man, we met so many people today.
Yeah.
So, again, just a group of really genuinely nice people.
Yeah.
Then after that, we went inside the display area. It was really busy.
And the static displays were pretty cool. They had a couple of planes in there.
They did. I just wish they had more to get it, because I think a lot of them were outside.
They were out on the flight line. That's true.
Yeah, they were more out on the flight line. That was the only thing I was like, oh, that's, you know, you want to be around the planes. Then we were on our way back, and then we got to meet, now officially, Lamont and Desiree, which were one of the first couples to actually show us them flying together. I think we got their video and I was like, babe, look, they're flying together. We laughed so much. Just the short time that we got with them.
We had a good time.
Yeah, we had a really good time. But it's cool to hear that, you know, she's working on her license too, and so they fly together really as a husband and wife, and but that they're both really excited just about flying. And I think what their plans are, right?
Yes.
And they're like, yes, they get it. They get it. And what was their plan?
That when they retire, that they want to sell off everything they've got and live out of a backpack and travel all over.
That sounds amazing.
Which sounds incredible. Yeah.
But to be honest, like, we've thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think who hasn't? Why not?
Yeah.
But you know what really made, like, what was really interesting about Desiree and Lamont?
What's that?
That their kids are actually jealous because they're always out flying when
Yeah.
their kids are in school. Which I think is really funny.
It was so funny that instead of, like, I think what made me laugh was like, parents usually track their kids, but no, their kids track them.
Yeah.
So that's how you know you're a cool parent.
Oh, yeah.
And then, as we were wrapping up here, we got to, okay, so you guys know Irene loves military planes. Like, there's no question in that. And honestly, that's like a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be jets, cargo,
Yep.
all that stuff. But honestly, she's found a really deep appreciation lately for...
KC-135s.
Yes. And it's because she knows she knows a secret.
I do.
Sometimes people don't put two and two together.
Yeah.
What do you know about those KC-135s?
Typically, when there are KC-135s around,
Yeah.
that means there's jets around.
Yes.
Because they're refueling.
And so when she sees a KC-135 flying anywhere near us in what do they call it?
It's like a racetrack formation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she's like, okay, there's a jet somewhere up there, and we're gonna go find it.
And I know it's not always jets. Sometimes
know.
they're refueling like C-130s, or like we learned today, refueling a B-2. And we didn't even say who it was.
Oh my God, did we not? Oh, sorry. It's because we get so caught up in the military stuff. Titan, it was such a pleasure to meet you. Congratulations on your new Mooney. Well, new to you, right?
Yeah.
And he's exploring,
Yeah.
you know, and he said that he had, well, we were trying to just move the plane so he can get out.
Right.
And then he told us that he actually watched our channel because he, you know, like people, do you have a YouTube channel? And we're like, yes, we do. But then we're like, oh, well, where are you out of? I think he said he was out of Tehachapi. And I was like, oh, we love Tehachapi. It's such a cool place. And we just kept talking, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm in the Air Force and KC-135. And I was like, what?
And he flies out of Edwards.
I know. I know. So that just blew us away.
Yeah.
But he was so, I felt like he was so humble about it. He was like, I was like, it's just the 135, blah, blah, blah. But he loved it. That was the thing. He loved flying a 135.
Well, what was really cool was that he used to be the boom operator.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he really enjoyed that position. Now he's a pilot for the KC-135.
He actually liked the boom better than being a pilot.
Well, it's got a better view.
I know, and that's why. I mean, imagine you're there filling up a B-2. Yeah, that was really cool to meet him.
Yeah.
And I know he, like I said, he was very subtle about it, but we thought it was so cool.
Yeah, I think we were geeking out over it. And
I
he
know.
was just so laid back about
Yeah,
it.
he was like, it's fine, it's cool. I mean, I love flying the plane. I'm like, dude, I don't know. That's what our day, I think the highlight of the day. We've seen a lot of the jets here. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, the MiG, that's, and then the extra was like, it was so good. Even Plum Crazy coming right at us, like that was really cool. But everybody who we met, we're like, oh, and we talked about that last night. We were coming back from Ramona. And it's like, that's what always makes the day. It's like just meeting like awesome people.
Yeah.
We'll call it 9 for 9 of just amazing people we met today.
Yeah, and I think it's a good reflection of the aviation community.
Yeah.
Because really, it doesn't matter where we go or who we meet.
Right.
We tend to always have a very good experience. And I know we say this all the time. You guys are probably like,
These fools are just, that's nonsense. This is marketing.
But truly, like the aviation community is worlds apart from, you know, anything else that we've been a part of. And I think we're just always so surprised and humbled by how incredible everyone is here.
But I mean, again, like what you said, it's the stories.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. So just know, if you meet us, we might ask you like tons of questions because we're really interested.
We are.
And I think it's because a lot of people think it's the same thing. Like, oh, you have all this money and you're gonna learn to fly, and then now you're rich because you have a plane. It's like, that is not the case.
No.
Most of us don't.
And I think what's really interesting too is if people do have planes, finding out like why they decided to get a plane and how they went about getting a plane, because a lot of times it's not what you think, you know?
But I think that, I don't know, it was such a good day. It was such a good day.
So I know that this was supposed to be about Apple Valley and the air show.
Yes.
And it kind of was about Apple Valley.
Yeah. We still showed you kind of where to park. We showed you where to park for the air show. We'll actually point out, we'll make sure to point out where to park regularly.
Yeah. But I think really, if you take anything away from this, it's that the community here at Apple Valley is, like you said,
is really nice.
Is really, really nice. They do go out of their way.
Really hospitable.
We had people who went out of their way to make sure that we were able to get into and out of the air show and back to our plane, which they didn't have to do that. They didn't know us.
Yeah, they didn't.
And so I'm so incredibly grateful for that, because there was so much confusion and no one had any answers.
Because there was a gentleman like rolled up in his golf cart, like, what are you guys doing? But not in a bad way. It was like, he was like, kind of like, it was funny to him because he's like, well, they're sending you to the wrong place. And we're like, I know, we're just trying to get to there. And then I think her name was Chris, right?
Yes.
And she came up with us, and then her dog, Bailey. And then after that, she was just like, I'll let you guys out through the gate, and then just let us know when you come back. Because, that was kind of a mess. And it was, again, thank God for the community to be like, you're a pilot, you know, we'll help you out, let's get you out, and then just come back in.
Yeah, and I think that's always a good reminder, pay it forward, right? So if someone's at your airport and they look lost or confused, help them out.
Yeah. So, again, amazing day, had a lot of fun. We're looking forward to doing it again. Mm-hmm. And I think, I don't know what to say. It was awesome. It was fun just watching the planes with some new friends. Like, how better can that get, right?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, I'm all amped up. I'm all amped up. I was like, man, we met some amazing people.
We really did. And I think that really makes the day.
It does. It really does. So let's get home, go over those big old mountains over there. Hopefully it's not too turbulent. But we hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a little different, but a little bit of the same. You still got to see the airport.
And some air show.
And some air show, yeah. So we'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys.
Let me start by saying that the airshow itself, meeting new friends, and the weather were all just perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better day except for one thing. For all the pilots that flew in, it was extremely confusing. Even after we went and came back, we still don't know what the official way was to make it to the static displays. We're sorry to say that we don't have any clear directions for you on that front. Now, I think an easy solution, at least to know where to park, is either posted on Facebook, the airshow website, or even have signs at each runway exit taxiway pointing pilots to where to park. Our plans for next year will be to come prepared with food and water so we don't ever have to leave our parking spot. You might ask, why not call ahead? Well, we found out that even calling ahead gave not so great of information. Was coming worth the hassle? Definitely. Again, we met an amazing community and all the aircraft at the show were awesome. Last week we released Ramona Airport, and we have to reiterate, there's definitely something about the people there because a couple of you right away offered to drive us around the next time we visit. What kind of hospitality do you guys have in the water over there? Thank you for being an amazing aviation community. Next, we learned that a couple of you soloed here, and it seems like this holds a special place for many of you for that exact reason. But we have to admit, we know why, and we actually have a reel on Instagram with Tower being so kind to a new student doing his solo cross country. And if you're curious, go on our Instagram and look for the reel with the title that says Ramona Tower. Again, great controllers here. Finally, you guys let us know that a no-tail rotor helicopter is called a METAR, which makes complete sense. It's still such a cool design. Thank you all again for your comments. And of course, we want to thank all of our members who are constantly helping to make this channel happen. As we do a lot of the airports in SoCal, we're also looking to expand into other states like Arizona, Utah, Oregon, Washington. And of course, that's further, that's more gas. And you guys are the ones that are making that happen. So thank you again so much. So I mentioned that our departure would look different than our arrival, and well, things that I mentioned about the weather showed up. The winds. They were coming from the west, so we would have to taxi all the way down to runway 26, unless we wanted to do a direct crosswind departure with runway 18, which is not something I really wanted to do. The Airshow Grounds would also look much different than just the few hours before, with everyone being pretty much all gone. Now this was our first time at this airshow, and it has already become one of our favorites. And to all of our friends we met that day, can't wait to see you all again. Special thanks to Ben and Dave for letting us hang under their Cessna and even sharing their food with us, so thank you. We definitely love the community up at Apple Valley Airport, and if you get a chance, we highly recommend going up there to visit them, especially when the new restaurant opens. Thank you all for being the most amazing people that we talk to on the channel, that we talk to in the wild. As we always say, it's been our favorite part of this journey with this channel. We'll see you all next week. Until then, go fly, go discover.
Apple Valley Traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel, taking runway 26 for a left crosswind departure, Apple Valley. Apple Valley Traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, turning left crosswind 26, Apple Valley.
Exit Jet 464, contact SoCal approach 124.6.
Good afternoon, Joshua. Approach Aero 1939 Hotel 4 miles south of Apple Valley. VFR request.
Aero 1939 Hotel, Joshua approach, lead from the altimeter 2981, to request.
2981 and 39 Hotel is a PA-28 Romeo slant golf, requesting flight following to Corona, Alpha Juliet Oscar 8500.
Aero 1939 Hotel, squawk 4725.
4725, 39 Hotel.
Good Jet 771, Joshua, are you up?
Just switched to Good Jet 771's with you, 14,300 knots.
Good Jet 771, Joshua approach the Palm altimeter 2981, just to maintain 8,000.
2981 and down to 8,000, Good Jet 771.
Good Jet 771, I have a amendment to your claims, Desiree, copy.
Ready, copy, Good Jet 771.
Good Jet 771, disregard.
Roger.
Good Jet 771, be advised due to active military airspace, unable IFR clearance into Mojave at this time.
Roger. Joshua approach Jet 771, got a question.
Good Jet 771, go ahead.
Yeah, with restricted area 2515, I think that goes down to the ground if I'm not mistaken. Are we, as part of our arrival into Mojave, are we able to utilize part of that for our pattern or not?
Good Jet 771, negative. Southwest 1625, Josh approach speed Palm altimeter 2981, descend via the Jenny 5 Rebel, accept maintain 8,000.
Via Jenny 5, accept 8,000, South 1625.
This is what you have.
November 1939 Hotel, you are rare contact 10 miles southwest Apple Valley Airport.
Roger, 39 Hotel.
39 Hotel, say altitude climbing to?
Climbing 8,500, 39 Hotel.
39 Hotel, Roger, contact SoCal approach 127.0.
127.0, thanks for all the help, 39 Hotel.